after rebel forces in Syria took control of the major city of Aleppo on November 30th. Russia, along with the Syrian forces, has conducted a series of airstrikes on Aleppo and the city of Idlib. Apart from the rebel-held region of Idlib, Syrian army and Russian air force have increased attacks on rebel bases and weapons depots in Aleppo, Latakia and Hama. 20 civilian deaths have been reported so far. Russia has been a key player in the Syrian civil war since its beginning in 2011. And it has been almost a decade of military intervention by Russia in Syria. At present, approximately 10% of Russia's global arms sales, worth around $1.5 billion, are directed to Syria. There are 18 Russian military bases and positions in the rebel-controlled areas east of the Euphrates. Most significantly, it controls the Himeim Air Base in the southeast, the Tartus Naval Facility, and jointly controls the Jarrah military base in the north. The Syrian president has gone on record to say that he welcomes increased Russian presence in the country, which he feels should become a permanent feature. So, how did Russia come to be so involved in the Syrian conflict? After a decade-long lull in Russia-Syria relationship after the fall of the Soviet Union, Vladimir Putin's presidency saw a rise in Russia's influence in Syria. This has been especially the case since the 2011 Arab Spring in West Asia, which saw mass movements against repressive regimes, leading to the ouster of several unpopular leaders. Since Russia wants to prevent regime change, it has been a key ally of the Syrian government in the ongoing civil war, providing military support and aid to the Assad regime. But why is Russia going through all this trouble, apart from using the Syrian conflict as a platform to conduct tests and demonstrate its own military capabilities as a flex? In 2021, the then Russian Defense Minister Sergei Shoigu announced that Russia tested over 320 types of weapons in its operations in Syria. Putin's proximity to Bashar al-Assad, the dictatorial president of Syria since 2000, has put him in conflict with the US as well as Western powers, which have been calling for his removal from power. However, at the same time, its influence in Syria, especially at a time when the US is seen to be moving away from the region, is an attempt to assert its position vis-à-vis its rivals and competitors. Russia's strategic interests in its intervention, including maintaining access to the Mediterranean port of Tartus, are evident. There are ideological and historical reasons as well. Putin is widely known for his opposition to Islamic extremism and Western interference, and the Syrian conflict embodies both these elements. The Russian president considers Assad to be the bulwark against the spread of radicalism in the region. By supporting Damascus, the Kremlin sends a message that neither the UN nor any other body has the right to decide who should govern a sovereign state. Russia's foreign policy, as centered around respect for state sovereignty, is also a stated objective for its support to Syria. However, Russia's invasion of Ukraine makes the claim highly improbable. Moreover, while Russia claims that its presence in Syria is aimed at countering terrorism and bringing stability, its attacks on regions like Idlib show that it targets not just ISIS but all groups opposed to the Assad regime. It also all but eliminated the moderate opposition in Syria, the only other political military force whose participation in government the West would have accepted. Presence in Syria also provides opportunities for Russia to engage Turkey in its attempts to challenge NATO's assertion of power. Syria is a crucial ally in the Middle East, as well as the site for Russia-Iran cooperation against rising Saudi influence in the region. There's also an economic angle. By supporting the Assad regime, Russian companies have been able to maintain existing trade relations and gain new access to Syrian resources. Russia's support for Assad is therefore multifaceted. It includes historical ties, strategic interests, fear of state collapse, opposition to regime change, desire to play a power broker role, as well as domestic considerations. Bureau Report, India Today Global.